again for another Willie's Ramblin' and Pickup video. Well, this week I went down to Bessemer City, North Carolina, visited Augusta, Georgia, and also was out in Houston, Texas. I'm all over the place. But before I get to my pickups and everything, one of the things I want to talk about real quick is, unfortunately, our little arcade community has lost a great establishment. The Place Retro Arcade, which was in Cincinnati, Ohio. Very awesome arcade. This is one of the earlier arcades I went to interview at. The owners, the Cheneys, really nice people. Great people. Really good friends. Carrie, who runs the arcade, really upstanding guy. The whole reason why he had to close the arcade is because it was taking too much time away from his family. So he wanted to spend more time with his wife and his children and stuff like that, which is totally understandable. Even though his wife and kids were helping out at the arcade, they just really didn't have a whole lot of family time together. So, that's the whole reason why he decided to shut down the arcade. It just shut down recently, beginning of May 2016. A lot of great things happened there. He had Walter Day there many times. Billy Mitchell was there. Joel West. Had a lot of different contests going on there. It was an awesome place. It's one of those gems in the arcade community. It's very unfortunate that, it had to go away, but totally understandable. Family does come first, so keep that in mind. Family first. But anyway, moving on from that, when I was down in Bessemer City, North Carolina, I visited this store called Play It Again. Got a chance to talk with Chris, the owner, a little bit. Very friendly guy, very knowledgeable too. Really nice store. Had a lot of neat stuff in there. It has board game stuff like Warhammer, things like that. Of course, he has video games, both new, used, and retro. He has a little bit of arcade games. There was a pinball game I saw, and I saw a couple arcade games in this back room where they host tournaments and stuff like that. And he also has a little bit of books there, classic gaming books, that kind of stuff. If you're down in the Concord Mills area in Concord, North Carolina, highly recommend you check out Chris's store. It's really nice. It's at, where's it at here? It's at 8635 Concord Mills Boulevard in Concord, North Carolina. Play It Again. Great store. Alrighty, while I was in Houston, I ran across this other chain of stores. I hadn't heard about it before. It's called Games Plus. Not too bad of an establishment. The prices are just a tad bit high for some stuff in there. But halfway decent collection. A lot of DVD movies in there and Blu-ray. Some classic games in there as well. Not too bad of a store. I visited two different locations. I visited two that were out close to the Cypress, Texas area. That's where I was at. I did pick up a couple things. I picked up a Game of Thrones first season DVD set for my wife there. I think it was like $20. Yeah, it's okay. That's not too bad. And I picked up a Nintendo 64 game I've been looking for my collection for quite some time. And it was around $30 if I remember right, but I really wanted the game. Normally I wouldn't spend that much, but I really wanted that game. Anyway, let's get to some of the pickups here. Now, I forgot to show this the last time. I picked this up back in April when I was in... Where was I at? It's the video where I found that Atari sign for Ferg. But anyway, I don't remember what town. Toledo. I was in Toledo. I found a Sega Dreamcast carrying case. Awesome. I love the Sega Dreamcast system. I got a ton of games for it back here. I think I got like 90-some games for it. I got like 3 or 4 systems, all revision zeros. Cool. But yeah, I could not pass up getting a carrying case for a Dreamcast. Awesome. This week, in my hunt for the Asteroids tin sign that Hobby Lobby was selling, I didn't find one. I hit maybe 6 stores. I hit 3 stores in Houston, 1 down in Charlotte. Where the hell ones I go to? I think there was one down in Augusta, Georgia I hit too. trying to find it. And all I came up with was a tin Pac-Man sign. Still pretty cool. And another tin Pac-Man sign. I kind of like them both. So I'll probably hang these on my wall, you know, like this. One on top of the other. Cool. Eventually I'm going to find that Asteroids tin sign and the Centipede tin sign. Every time I see a Hobby Lobby, I stop. Also picked up a Tron UMD movie for my PSP. I love the movie Tron, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to have it for the PSP. It's the only UMD movie I have. It's the only one I only want. There's no other movies I want to have on my PSP, just this one. So I'm pretty happy to get a hold of this. I'll put this up in my little Tron collection. Also, I've got this really cool little metal carrying case that I'm keeping a Nintendo DS in, the Mario Kart one. I found this down at the Play It Again store down in Concord, North Carolina. Picked up a Mario Kart with it because I love Mario Kart. And I used to have a DS. As a matter of fact, I've had like 3 or 4 of them. And I just don't play them much. You know, I got the bug to have one again because I wanted to play Mario Kart. So I saw this down there and said, okay, it's got the Mario Kart decals on it and stuff. He's got Mario Kart. I'm going to frickin' buy it and just keep this one just because. So this one I want to keep a hold of. Found a boxed Devilish for the Sega Game Gear. I've already got this game on cartridge only, but I couldn't pass up one that's complete in the box. I love this game on my TurboGrafx 16. It is a really fun virtual pinball game. Also down there in Concord, North Carolina, Play It Again, I found some Arcadia 2001 games. I found a Tanks-A-Lot. Awesome, complete in the box. I like these gatefold boxes. Kind of like the Odyssey 2 boxes. Look at the size of this frickin' cartridge. Holy cow, it's a big cartridge. I don't have an Arcadia 2001, but I couldn't pass up picking these up. I'll throw them back in my collection somewhere. Eventually, maybe I'll get an Arcadia. But it's got the catalog in here. Check that out. By the way, Arcadia catalog. Awesome. It's got the overlays, which I've never really seen overlays for an Arcadia before. Pretty awesome. So that's pretty neat. Also for the Arcadia, I picked up Breakaway. That's also complete in the box with another catalog in there. And notice this cartridge has shrunk. That's more normal sized. I can't figure out why that tank one is so much bigger. I do some research on this system. Then I picked up Escape for the Arcadia. This time it's not a gatefold box. It's kind of like the Atari 2600 boxes. You got the little tab on the top and everything. Oh, it is a gatefold box. Oh, never mind. I lied. Ah! No instructions. But look, it's another huge cartridge again. I like the decal on the back too. You probably ain't gonna be able to see that because it's blue, but anyway. One-player game. You're caught in a maze and must get out before they get you. Watch out for the electric walls. Watch out as they shoot at you. Watch out for the spinner. Run for your life and shoot for the hip. I love these instructions. They crack me up. I gotta find me an Arcadia so I can do some videos on the Arcadia 2001. Now my buddy over in Korea, he sent me this really cool controller for the Super Nintendo. It's called the Super Game Boy controller. Pretty awesome. This controller is great. I've played it on my Super Nintendo. I love it. What a great controller. He sent me a couple games, so I'll get to those when I go to the gameplay video part where I might shrink myself down into the corner over here. So I don't go down, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I also picked up a really cool mini-cade made by Hashi. It's a breakout bank. Huh. You put a coin in on the top, and you can play a game of Breakout. I have never seen one of these that's used as a bank, so I had to pick it up. I'll be doing a review video of this where I unbox it and check it out and everything. So that's going to be coming fairly soon. Also this week, I picked up a classic toy that I used to have back in the late 70s. I picked up a big loader. Awesome. Now, I've been asked to co-host this new podcast. It's called the Toy Tomb Podcast. And basically what it's going to be is the main guy and myself, RK and myself, we're going to talk about the toys we grew up with. Stories about them, that kind of stuff, to share our memories and maybe a little bit of history about the toy as well. And this is going to be episode 1, Big Loader. This is one of the toys I played with when I was growing up. Love this thing. So I'll probably have a video showing this thing all hooked up and running everything, and I'll probably talk about it. It's not going to be a gaming video, which I know a lot of people don't like it when I move away from gaming videos, but I love classic toys. So I'll probably do some videos for classic toys for the Toy Tomb podcast as well. All right. Now for the games I got. This is the one I picked up down in Games Plus down in Houston. I picked up the Stunt Racer game for the Nintendo 64. I love this game. What's really neat about it is it's a racing game, of course, but you have the ability to do stunts with your race car. So when you get your car up in the air, you can move the joystick in different directions. You'll see there's like little rocket engines or something that fire that'll flip your car around or upside down, do flips and things like that. Awesome game. It's a lot of fun. You get points and coins for the stunts that you do. So you're picking up coins like, Mario or something like that. It's got the loop-de-loop in there. Kind of reminds me of race driving. Really fun game. I had this game when I originally got my N64, and I sold it off, and I wish I didn't. But I got it back now, so I'm very happy. Awesome. And then a couple games my buddy from Korea sent me. He sent me one called Final Reverse. Very interesting Game Boy game. Basically, it's like a combination of a shooting game and kicks a little bit. You can move your little guy around on the screen. You'll see a line that follows behind him, but you can only backtrack on your original line. You can't go back a little bit and make a branch. So you got to think about where you're going to go on the screen to try to shoot the opponent. And then when the round's over, you flip. So the track that the opponent made will become your track. A little bit, kind of a challenging little Game Boy game. I find myself enjoying it quite a bit. It's pretty cool. The other one he got me was Lunar Lander for the Game Boy. Eventually, I will get to the Lunar Lander part. I have tried and I have tried to get my space shuttle into space. I just can't get there. I understand I got to keep the shuttle in the corridor. You'll see those little arrows. You want the arrows to go away, and it shows this like corridor symbol. So that means you're in the corridor. And I think I'm not doing something right with my thrust and everything. I think that's why I'm crashing all the time. Eventually I'll get to the Lunar Lander part, but it looks really cool. So I really appreciate my buddy Jeremy getting me those. He also got me a really cool shirt from the 1984 arcade that's located down in Springfield, Missouri. I can't show that on the screen because it's got a lot of green on it, which means you'll just see right through it. I'll show a picture up here. Oh, where I got that Devilish cartridge, I found it down at 2nd and Charles down in Augusta, Georgia. If you got a 2nd and Charles around you, definitely hit the free bins. You'll be surprised what you find in there. I didn't find the Devilish in there, but I found these really neat Space Invader alarm clocks. They're all thrown in the free bin. So I scooped them all up. Now, of course, I didn't keep any of them because I sent one to my buddy Scott from Retro Gaming Roundup because he's a Space Invader fanatic. I sent one to my buddy Ferg just because. And I sent the last one to my buddy Jeremy from Korea. He goes, "Oh, I want one of those." Okay, here you go. You can have that one. I'll find another one. I don't care. It's cool. Anyway, I think that's all the pickups. That is all the pickups. So until next time, keep on gaming.
The fuel line to the plane and spill gas all over the tarmac. Eventually, I'll get to
Big loader, put it together and what do you get? The big loader construction set. Load it up, truck along, dump it out. Big loader works all day long. So I'll sing this big song. Load it up, truck along, dump it out. Big loader, load it up, truck along, dump it out.